Afternoon, everybody. Afternoon, everybody, and apologies. If you can see me, give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up if you can see us, or a big smile, or a number one if you can see me. Give us a shout. Sorry about the outage. Sorry about the outage. We have no idea, but as you can see, the clock is now striking down. We put the players on a 15-minute break as well, so we put the players on a 15-minute break so we didn't miss too much action. Obviously, we are going to miss a little bit, so we'll update when we do come back, when the pictures turn up. Apologies, absolutely apologies. We hate it as much as you do. It doesn't happen very often. All the new systems and everything like that, the internet never seems to happen. It was some outage that happened, and it's just technology, unfortunately. So, Graham says, I can see and hear you, but I'm willing to swap with someone who can't. Shut up, you! So, as you can see, 16 minutes and 8 seconds counting. We will have missed some action. We'll bring you up to speed when we come back. Gonna nip outside right now for 10 minutes, and I'll come back with 5 minutes and counting, and then we'll get back to the action, and we'll give you an update on what actually has happened. It's just one of those things. We don't know what it was. PK was shouted out that something had outed, and it just outed. But we are back on all 3 systems now: Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. It was one of those. Apologies, but it's done. Clock's counting down, and we will be back. I'll come back with 5 minutes left. I'll get myself quickly refreshened up, and then what I do want to know is the free roll in the lobby? I can't open Grosvenor Poker on my laptop because it's not on. Is it in the lobby? If it is, the password is Hatter, Hatter. If it isn't, I'm not sure. But we are back. Andy B, we are back. Things happen out of our control. We were mid-hand and it all went off. Not a lot we could do about it. Back in 10 minutes with the result. It's in the lobby. Good luck, everybody. Get yourself into the free roll. The password is Hatter, Hatter. Get yourself in. Get myself a cup of tea. Back in when that comes. Says 5 minutes, and we'll have a chat. See you then.
tilting. I'm trying lots off now. I'm tilting now. I'm going for 10.
So £40 straight up is on. And Andy once again getting involved. Jack 9.
He's only winning 5.
Raises to 200. Opts for the 5x here in the cut-off. And Vinny with the 6-2 suited. Along he comes for 195 more. Joe's in with the 10-9 of hearts. And Bobby got an easy one to defend on the straight with the King 10. Four-way action. And action we have, because we've got a gut shot for Andy. We've got top pair for Joe and Bobby. And this one checks through. 5 of clubs on the turn. So Bobby still with the best of it with the King 10. Andy still sitting with his gut shot. And Joe happy to fire now for 300. And Bobby here with the King 10. Not going to be going anywhere. Andy calls with the gut shot. And Vinny's just going to call with a 6 deuce as well.
Go on, Vinny.
River.
The Queen of Hearts is the river.
Check.
Changes nothing.
Nothing at all. Changes nothing. So Bobby here. Maybe thinking about playing for thin value here, Tower, but I much prefer this from him checking this one over to Andy, who's just sitting here with Jack high. What on earth have I just seen? Andy just rips 5.4 into 2 bag. 2.6, 2.7x pot shove.
Bobby says, can I have a count, please?
Wow!
Can I have a count? This is serious.
What a hero call this would be. What's Andy got, Tower? What makes sense? What hands are we going to play in this manner? Flop checks through. Turn we call. And the river comes a queen. And like, what hands do we shove for this amount? Like, we're not shoving 1 pair for this amount. So we're repping 2 pair plus shit. What on earth is this? We're literally repping 2 pair plus, but what 2 pair do we have? Andy's been playing a whole host. I guess Queen 7 suited can be in there. You got 2 combos of that. Queen 7 of clubs, Queen 7 of diamonds. But what else are we meant to have here? What are we repping? A set of 5s, but why are we not raising turn? We're going to bet sets on the flop 4-way. We're going to bet our 10x. Queen 10's probably not going to be in there. This don't make much sense, Tower. I can see Bobby calling this. I can really see him heroing this off. What I've seen from Bobby, he seems to be very solid, good thinking player. And if you really think about this one, what is Andy supposed to have here? He's never doing this with 1 pair. He never opts for this size with a 1 pair hand. It's 2 pair plus. And what hands get to the river in this manner with 2 pair? And then flip it on the other side. He's got bluffs. He's got missed clubs. He's got some random, like, maybe some random gut shots, some up and downs, these type of holdings here. Maybe a hand like 5-6 suited he's turning into a bluff, blocking a straight and 2 pair. But I wouldn't be surprised if Bobby called this off, even though it's for an insane amount and we need to be correct fairly often as Bobby to make this a good call. But what is Andy supposed to have? What's he representing? This is a crazy, crazy move.
Could Andy raise pre with 7s?
Yeah, but he's going to bet flop, Tower. Once we go 4-way, we're not checking 7s with our reputation on that flop ever once we go 4-way. So that's out of the question. 3s are out of the question. 10x going to bet. Like Queen 10... Queen 10 may be in there, but I think like heads up, yes, we can incorporate some checks with Queen 10, but in a multi-way situation when we go 4-way, we're just going to be continuing Queen 10 there. So even Queen 10's out of the question. Overpairs are going to continue as well, so Queens aren't going to be in there. So what's he got, Tower? Like, I think the only hand that makes sense is Queen 7 suited, and the way he's been playing, he probably would open Queen 7 suited. You've got Queen 7 of diamonds, Queen 7 of clubs in there. But other than that, I'm really clutching at straws for value hands that Andy's ever going to have in this situation, whereas bluffs he can have. Obviously the clubs, the backdoor clubs are definitely in there that would take this particular line, check flop, then call turn once getting that price, as well as obviously we can see some gut shots. But this is a mad but brave move from Andy, and I think we have to call. I know I can see the cards, but I always try to portray to you guys on stream like about ranges and what's making sense and try and take the whole cards out of question. But Bobby seems like a pretty solid player and a thinking player and very competent, and this just doesn't make any sense. And I'd probably flick it in, and if you got Queen 7 of clubs or Queen 7 of diamonds, nice hand. But other than that, I'm really clutching at straws for value here, Tower, because there's no need. We're never going to go 2 point over this size. We're never going to choose with a 1 pair holding. So it's 2 pair plus we're repping. Only straight out there, 4-6 suited, which is probably going to raise turn after all the action. Build a pot as well, especially with Vinny in there on the turn. We're probably going to raise 6-4 suited. So it's just so thin, and like the hands that we're repping here. And if it gets called, I'd love to see a call from Bobby here. And the way Andy's been playing, we saw him with the 4-3 of diamonds hand, like the way he just spewed off in that 4-bet pot with the 4-3 of diamonds. It's a really gross spot for Bobby, but really in the blender here with this decision. I know I can see the whole cards, but I think we have to call. The way Andy's been playing, the hands that he represents here, and like I can only come up with 2 combos that he plays in this manner, and that's even clutching at straws because he still needs to open the Queen 7 suited, but we've seen him open a lot wider than that so far this cash game, so I guess that's in there. But
will he remember the 4-3 hand and then just work it out and then just eventually call?
I don't know, Tower, because Bobby's been very tight and solid. Like, he's probably going to fold because of the size, but when you... Oh, he's called! He's made the call, and he's going to get the good news. And he's going to show him the jack high. He doesn't even show him it. And Bobby with the king 10. What a hero. Someone go find that man a cape. Wow. Wow, what a pot. A 12.8k pot is that. 12.8k going the way of Bobby, and that's going to make him the big winner in this game. And I said I wouldn't be surprised if he made the call, and that's going to be it for Andy. The coat is on. He's going to be heading out. Could potentially get another player in. We've only got less than an hour left, but what a pot that was for you guys.
Andy just leaving the door.
So we've got new players. Is that Tom Hudson there?
No, Kieran coming in.
Bit of a doppelganger there.
He is a little bit. For the online manager, Mr. Tom Hudson.
Deborah's called now, and Richard. Which Richard is it? Do we know which Richard it is? Hearts and Hearts fighting off again. 3 times. A lot of hearts been dealt out, Tal, but not many on the flop. I didn't well, he hit the straight flushing hearts, didn't he?
Yeah. Kieran Davey comes to our table. Richard Griffiths in C1.
Richard Griffiths? I don't think I know him. Oh, look, what the
10,
hell?
9, 3,
Tower,
all hearts.
3 of them have flopped hearts.
They've all flopped.
Queen high, king high, ace high.
Wow.
This is going to be carnage. Oh my gosh.
There's nearly every out on the board. The jack of
Have you
hearts
seen
is
this?
out for Richard.
This could be a 3-way all-in, Tower, if it's played fast by any of them. This is absolutely ridiculous. When Kieran gets all this action, he'll have to check his cards back, see if he's bloody actually got the ace of hearts, Tower, and not the ace of diamonds. So Richard's just called. Oh, Richard's called just with a jack, with a king, with a jack.
Yeah, he's got the redraw to the straight flush, he thinks.
Blow me neck. So what's going to happen now? KK's going to squeeze it up. He's just called as well. Now what's Peter going to do?
Yeah, Kieran's got the notes. So I don't mind.
No, KK just flattered with his queen eye flush.
Oh yes,
and now
Kieran's
it's on
got the
Peter
nuts.
with the king eye flush. He's going to raise here. Here we go. So he's going to raise.
Oh man.
Kieran's going to probably just flat call, or jam it, or just put it in, thinking he's never going to get a fold, which he won't.
Raise to 5k from Peter.
Kieran's getting a bit. Look at him. He's playing. He's giving it the old Hollywood, isn't he? He's got the stone cold nuts, and he's like, "Oh, what's going on here? What the blinking hell's going on?"
Does he call?
I think he. I don't know, Tower.
Or does he think he's up against a set?
I just don't think he's. Well,
he's all in.
Yeah.
He's all in.
Now, what's KK going to do with his queen eye? He's going to have to move all in, surely.
Yeah.
There's hands that Kieran could have aces with the ace of hearts here. Yep.
This would be an amazing fold.
And Peter's
No,
going to be absolutely sick.
Peter, what you done?
Peter's absolutely sick.
Peter raised it up with
he's going to have to put it in. And just hope it's a set against the ace with a heart, I guess, or 6-7 of hearts, for example, or 7-8 of hearts. These are hands that are possible as well in Peter's eyes. It doesn't have to be against the nut flush here. This is just the most brutal setup I've ever seen. And he's in, and they're both drawing dead, aren't they? Pete,
wow.
This is just dead. They're both dead.
Wow.
They're just dead.
Look at Debs.
It's just ridiculous. They're dead, aren't they? There's no runners, is there?
No runners. Because the Jack of Hearts has been folded for the Queen.
What a life.
Wow.
This is Kieran's first hand, and what a hand.
He's on 60,000. Sits down, one hand, flops the nuts.
Gets action from the second nuts and the third nuts, and trebles up.
Oh my days.
I wonder if anyone's dreams of Vegas rely on this tournament tower. I wonder if
you never know.
To get a top 3 finish, they're going to be jetting off to the desert or not.
Julian raised to 50 with ace-10. Max in C1 with Queen 8. It's rid of the button. Queen 8 suited. Small blind gets out of the way.
Jan's kind of giving a few tells away that he's folding pre. He's kind of.
I like Josh's demeanour at the table, you know. I do like it. He looks at the players.
Yeah.
Wants to see a flop with the 5s, as you should.
Julian's got too much for Josh to just think about jamming there or anything, so standard defend.
6-7 Queen. Rainbow.
Probably going to see a check, a small bet and a call, I'd imagine. Terry's still railing someone, so his horse must be still be in somewhere.
And I still don't know what that signs is at all.
I think is it in?
I can't read
I don't
the
think it's
yellow
in English, is it? It's got 2 U's in it somehow.
40,000 bet from Julian with ace-10. So.
And I think he's going to call.
See bet.
I think Josh is going to call with the backdoor straight draw as well with his 5s. Some cards can peel off that he can win the pot by bluffing. Jewel for the win, yeah, maybe.
Nice one. I like it.
I'm quite impressed how he's playing so far.
Turn is the Jack of Diamonds.
And this is a brilliant card for Julian to bet again. Keep barreling, get all the 6x and 7x to fold now. And you pick up a gut shot for Broadway. Looking at about 150, I think I'd say. 175 would be a good size.
That looks like pot size.
Yeah, don't mind this
That looks
at all.
exactly pot size.
Yep, 230 or something. Yeah, nice bet, nice bet.
225 for pot size.
And now Josh is going to have to fold. You just have to fold.
Don't worry, we're going to be able to close it out. Tower pulled the plug. Tower thinks was coming. He thought, how am I going to get out of this one?
Unfortunately, we lost Steve Watts. And it was a little bit of a. It would have gone ooh ah, and Jade had gone what? It was ace 5 against 2s on a 2, 3, 4 flop, and it come Jack.
And also another hand to tell you about, guys, that we missed.
Yep.
You'll see that Jamie has got heaps in front of him and Francis is short. It was folded around to Ryan Spittles on the button. He completed for 25k. Jamie completed kings in the small blind. Francis raised to 200k with the queen 3 off. Ryan folded. Jamie just flattered the kings, continued the trap. Come queen 5-4 rainbow. Jamie check raised to 475k. Francis called with his top pair. Turn paired the 5. Jamie just shoved for the rest. Francis called with top pair and couldn't find the 2 outer, and Jamie won a 2.6 million chip pot. So big chip leader now is Jamie Lee.
So there we go. Well, we're back.
Set them ready. So we're 6-handed now. Lost Steve Watts. Sorry we couldn't bring you coverage of that bust out, but hopefully that won't be happening again. We're back ready to go. When we lose one more, clock will be reduced to 40 minutes.
Absolutely. Lines 10,000, 25,000. Run through the names, Jay, just in case people are just tuning in and they forgot who's who.
So in 2 is Laurent Bocci, 3 Matt Davenport, in 5 is Atanas Pavlov, in 6 is Ryan Spittles, 7 is Jamie Lee, and in 8 is Francis Oberdon. I love it, Ben. I think first it's Francis. I absolutely love it because he's just got so much trash that's literally going to have 10% against us, like all the unders, just random trash hands that he's going to have. I'm actually a big fan. Obviously all down to opinion, but I know versus most we're probably not going to be, but I think if we're ever going to do it versus Francis, I think that's going to be the person that we pick to go after, to just set the trap. Like if he's got queen 3 off in there, think of his entire range and how kings fare against that. Passed the button something, so Ryan passed the button. They didn't go 3 ways to the flop, Ben. It went limp 25k, complete 25k, raised to 200k. Ryan folded the button and Jamie called in the small, so they went heads up to the flop.
Yeah, and the password for the free roll that starts at 6 o'clock is Hatter. Not Hatters, Hatter. It's to do with the hat industry in Luton.
Yes, Ben. Went call button. Obviously, we do need some sort of read that Francis is going to be raising a fair amount once there's a button limp and completing the small. But I think once we elect to flat in the first place, I think I prefer the decision when we're going heads up versus Francis, just to call the kings, not set off any alarm bells, keep all that trash in there.
There you got it. No sound. Picks on, no sound. Everybody else hear us?
Yeah, Ben can hear us because
Ben
we're
can
having a
hear us 'cause
conversation
we're having
with
a
him.
conversation with Ben.
Matt had 1.5 big blinds, Brad. He had 24k at big blind 16k.
Yep.
24k at big blind 16k. Mr. Matt Davenport had.
Yep. Indeedy, indeedy. So it's all good. Well, Snake can hear it. It's Gary McGaffney's fault, not us. Because Snake's told us he can hear us all. Thank you very much. So it's Gary McGaffney's fault, not us. Cheers, Ben. And cheers to Snake telling us that the sound is fine, the picture is fine. We are back. 6 in the final. Who wins it from here? Who have you got your money on? Who did you have a flutter on this morning?
But what week for Atanas? Should mention Tower.
Absolutely.
Chopping the high roller
Yeah.
heads up with Antoine Saoud. And still sat there with a chance to go one better than he did in the high roller up. Should have won the high roller, really. Had it in good for the trophy with heaps of equity, and couldn't fade the runner with the Cowboys. But he's back again and got another shot to take home some silverware.
Indeed. And on Facebook, Phil Coulthard can hear us as well, so it's definitely Gary
He's
McGaffney.
definitely got his computer muted. 100% if I know Gary.
100% he's got it muted, and he's blaming us.
At King 10 for Jamie on the button.
And he won't come back and say sorry.
So Jamie now with 40% of the chips in play. Expect him to be opting for a different strategy that we saw to start the final table when he was third in chips. I think he's going to be getting involved a lot more. He's had to play a bit more cagey when Francis was chip leading on his direct left, but now I think we're going to see Jamie v-pipping a lot more hands, a lot wider opens, potential a lot of free bets versus Ryan as well. Like Ryan's there, sat there second in chips. Now Jamie with all the chips on his direct left needs to be aware of that and potentially open a tighter range of hands from the cut-off when it is folded to him, or even hijack. So 5 deuce deuce rainbow here. Small bet from Jamie on the rainbow board, and Laurent just out of there. Yeah, and think of all the people who had money on Matt Davenport. What was it, 33s into 12s or something?
Is that what it was?
Something like that.
Wow, I had no idea.
Short stack at the start of the day. Went into 12 to 1, Matt Davenport. So, might have to cancel the free roll if he wins tower. Amount of money that's probably gone on him. Free roll password is Hatter, and we didn't do the giveaway, guys, so we will do that in 10 minutes' time at 5:15.
Welcome back, boys, says Gary. Have you got your sound on now, Gary? Afternoon, Mad Turk. How's things? Always good to see you in the poker room. You are a top man.
Like here, for example, like I'm just always free betting this as Jamie here with the King Queen, and Jamie understanding as well. And like Ryan here, Tao, I think this might be a bit of a too loose open here from the hijack now that the dynamics changed, and Jamie on our direct left has the whole table covered, and with quite a substantial chip lead. I think Ryan just needs to realise that we need to start opening it a bit tighter, because Jamie will be aware of the situation himself and can just go after our opens, and King Queen off there. It's just a beautiful hand to do it with. Nice free bet size as well, and gets Ryan off the best hand.
Laura Cornelius is in the building, rooting for Mr. Spittles. Worked a full week in Malta with Laura. She's an absolute beaut. Sound is back on. Nice one, Colin. Hatter is the password for the free roll. Yeah, it's on now because you've turned it on. Nothing to do with us. Not Be Fit Productions. Loving these streams. Thank you very much, Not Be Fit. Hope you're enjoying the live stream. Yeah. We'll keep us on.
Set an alarm for half an hour to see if
Where's Ryan been, Tower? He's aged a lot. I haven't seen him in years.
Yeah, I've not seen Ryan at all. In fact, probably the last time we saw him was when he won it.
I'm Reading.
When he won Reading.
No, he played this one last year, didn't he? How can you forget?
Oh yeah, the straight flush.
Straight
against
flush
quads.
versus quads, yeah.
Yeah, it turns up now and again, obviously. But doesn't do the circuit like he used to. Obviously not on TV with Sky Poker anymore. Yeah, he's a nice gentleman.
Yes, we are doing Tower Thinks. We're doing that at 5:15.
Are we?
5:15, and it's on Rotherham, remember?
Great.
Get your thinking cap on.
I thought light was on. We're doing a question on Rotherham. It'll be, as the train passes Rotherham on the way to Skegness, can you tell me how many people live in Louth?
Something like that, very close. So Matt just limping on the button here with the King 6 suited, and Atanas with the Ace Deuce of clubs here in the small blind completing, and Ryan checking his option with the 9-8 suited.
And then it's 9 Jack 4.
So Ryan flopping best here, middle pair. Some nice backdoors as well. Checks over to Matt Davenport here, just king high. And Matt going to take a freebie. And 4 diamonds on the turn. And if this checks to us from Atanas here, which it probably should, I wouldn't mind seeing Ryan come in for a small bet here, 30, 40k potentially. just denying some equity to overs, making the assumption Matt's going to start firing a lot of his Jack X, but Ryan checking it once more, and now this will probably check to Matt, and then he'll have the decision whether he does want to potentially bluff at this with the king high, fold out some ace highs, maybe some 9x, start folding now. And Matt is going to take the initiative now. And that's the other reason as well, sometimes the lead turners, Ryan, as well, potential for Matt to bluff on certain rivers and get us off with the best hand. Man of straw, no, nothing to do with us, so we wouldn't know.
Probably, but we don't know. Are your players you backed in still in the chip counts? Only shows first names. Colin, who did you back? Who did you back, Colin? I can't remember. Tell us and I'll tell you. I don't think. Well, to be fair, we had started with 12 and we're on 6. We lost half the field. So you would be unlucky. I would be surprised if the EPT doesn't have a stream at some point, but obviously we're not involved. Gary Billington comes up, there's 16,500 people in Louth. But I'm guessing that might be the kind of question that's coming up.
We'll find out in 5 minutes' time. And a bit loose to be defending here from Jamie. I think Jack 5 off. Even versus a min click here. Maybe a bit too wide to be defending here. 6-handed of final table. However, he's actually going to take the aggressive route here, and Jamie looks like he is going to be applying pressure to the middling stacks and just going after Matt here. Big 4.5x sizing from the big blind with the Jack 5 off, and Matt now with 9-8 suited. Usually a hand that we're happy to pill cut off versus big blind, but this is a fairly chunky size from Jamie. Always prefer the bigger size from out of position, and does get Matt off of the 9-8 suited. So well played, Jamie, and maybe that's what we're going to see over the next hour or so while Jamie's got the chip lead, just going after the Matt, the Ryan, the Francis at the table, sitting there second, third and fourth in chips. And when this is what we're playing for, ladders after a bust out more starting to get really juicy. So well played from Jamie there, taking the Jack 5 off, and a hand that probably shouldn't be defending and choosing to raise it up. Matt Davenport's a pro, I think. Atanas plays for a living, I believe, as well. Ryan Spittles, I'm sure you remember him from Sky Poker days. I don't think Laurent plays for a living. I don't think Francis plays for a living, but Jamie, I think he just plays poker, so I guess he could class himself as a pro, but some people have other things going on the side as well. I'm not sure about Francis. Obviously has some great results, but I'm pretty sure Francis has some other ventures. Tower, he just loves poker and obviously had more than a winning year. Yeah, he's had some great results. So Jack 4 rainbow, then should check to Ryan, and probably happy to bet small here as Ryan. Just give ourselves a nice price on taking this down, even like 45, 50k between quarter and third. Ryan does continue, and a nice pickup from him. 45k was the size of choice.
Jamie Lee is the man to catch. Seat number 8. There he is, black hoodie, playing well.
Ace 4 of diamonds from gun. Matt going to choose to open to 50. And after this hand, guys, we're going to do the giveaway. €150 token. Ooh. Even more than usual. Oh my word, Francis. What? Francis just rips open Matt's gun open with ace-6 in the small blind for 29 big blinds. And it's going to work because Matt's got ace-4. Francis, the old 29 big blind, rip over the gun open. Yes, we are six-handed. Wow, Laurent's in with the king, queen of diamonds. So Laurent going to call it off for his 12.5 bigs with the king, queen of diamonds.
He stands ace-6 for Francis. Ace-6 for Francis. King, queen for Laurent. Bocce, who's all in.
So with an ace in the muck here, Laurent not in the worst of shape, Tower. It's nearly a coin flip. King or queen. That's not good. Oh, well, there's a king next door.
Yeah.
So still got some direct outs here. King or a queen.
Still the same outcome. We need a king or a queen.
So Laurent
down to a king.
Needs a king.
Yeah, and it's not.
And it's the 8 of spades. So we do lose Laurent Bocce. He's out in 6th for £12,670. Little 5k ladder for everyone.
Well played.
And we're down to 5. So that means when the blinds go up, guys, we're going to be on a 40-minute clock, which at this time is pretty quick to get down to 5-handed. So I reckon that means could be done before 10 today. Now that the clock's going to be reduced to 40 minutes after this level. No man straw. Francis never won a GUKPT. He's won multiple sides. I think he won a 25-25 series in Birmingham a few months ago. I think he won the 30-30 in Birmingham last year as well.
No, okay.
A6 of spades for Francis. And Matt defending here with a Jack-7 of diamonds in the big blind. And a 10, 6-5 to heart board. So I expect Francis to be continuing here with middle pair, and dependent on size, I think Matt could definitely continue this one. We got an overcard, we got some really nice backdoors here, so getting 5-1 on our money here, this could definitely be a float candidate. I think it takes a brave man to be check raising Francis, who's not known for folding in position. So looks like Matt is going to choose to float this one out of position. I like the fact we got the overcard as well to the 10. And there it is.
Wow, he hits the jack on the turn. Does Matt Davenport.
So just saw Francis going mad with the ace-6 off. Is he going to do it post with the ace-6 suited here? Because personally, I'm going to be checking now, Tower. After Matt calls flop, this jack on the turn shouldn't really change much. Matt shouldn't have too much jack X, however he does on this occasion. But looks like Francis lining up the double barrel here. I guess we are blocking some 2-pair combinations of Matt. Maybe going after some 1-pair holdings. And Matt's just got a clear call here now after turning top pair. Don't want to be doing anything else. Just faced with this sub 40% sizing on the turn. Should be calling and seeing a river card. And there's the call from Matt, as expected, to the river. which is the 8 of clubs. So does bring in some possible straights.
Is this a rip? Do we expect Francis to...
Do you know, well, there you go. It's not just a rip, it's a snap rip. He snap rips it all in after Matt Davenport's check. And what's this? 845 into just under 600k. So this is a big one, Tao. This is like 140% pot on the end here from Francis. 140% river jam, turning his 6 into the bluff. And Matt Davenport is going to need some time with this one, Tower. This is a gross spot for us, but the problem is it's the Francis factor. We know this man can just turn up with a bag of bones. We know he could just rock over any 2 in our face when we fold.
He'll sit there, work out every option.
Well,
start at the beginning.
And he's only got 3 time banks, I think, there, Tower. So
yeah, he's used 1.
He's used 1 already. So let's have a look at this hand here from Matt. So what is Francis supposed to have here for value? Francis has opened here on the button, so 6-5 suited can be in there for him for the 2 pairs on the flop. He can also have set of 5s, set of 6s, even a set of 10s. I guess Francis is going to be double barreling hands like Queen 9 suited as well. He'd probably even open Queen 9 off, 9 Francis. So he can plausibly have a lot here. Jack 10 in there as well, as even though we block that as Matt. I guess 10-8 can be in there, but this is the thing against Francis. He's just so wide, Tower, and his range is usually wider than anyone else that you're going to play against. When you are in these particular spots, he can plausibly have value hands that others probably wouldn't. But then you've got to flip the switch, because he'd also have bluffs that others wouldn't. He's capable of just running a complete airball, like here, A6 of spades, just going with it, flopping middle pair, and then choosing to turn it into a bluff. And Matt Davenport in the blender here, and this is a huge pot, Tower. If Matt calls this, Francis is going to be left with 1 big blind, and Matt's going to be second in chips, and it's really going to swing things at the final table. But if he folds, Francis is going to be back up to 1.4 milli.
Will he work it out and make an amazing call?
And the other thing, obviously, it was a snap jam.
Yeah.
Literally check snap jam. It was less than a second. It was in. As soon as Matt checked, he threw that triangle in. Which obviously, like, signifies strength, but then you get players know that it looks strong, so sometimes they're weak when they do that, but then other players go 1 level ahead and still do it when they're strong. But it's just so quick, the jam.
He's made the call!
Wow,
he has made the call, and Matt Davenport, ladies and gentlemen.
Like, you can say what you want about him, Tower, and that he runs pure and what, but the thing is, when we get to these river decisions, like Matt Davenport is usually on point. He seems to always find a correct decision in these river spots, and whether he's folding correctly or whether he's calling correctly. And once more there, just sticking it in with top pair for his tournament life against someone who can plausibly have a whole host of hands. It's a great call from Matt, and that's why he's top of the National League. And he's been on form this year, and now up to 2.2 milli, second in chips. Matt Davenport, not with a GUKP title to his name yet. He's won countless sides, countless Grosvenor Presents events, but could this be the one where he finally gets over the line and gets the trophy? Francis is short, 1 big blind.
Wowzers, wowzers, wowzers. Francis down to fumes. Matt Davenport second in chips to Jamie Lee. Wow.
So Ryan with the 10s from under the gun. Francis is in with the threes for less, and Matt's in the small blind here with the 7-5. So going to call, hoping to check this one down and potentially bust Francis and lock up another 5k.
So they're in for Francis. Pocket threes. Ryan's got the 10s. We have a side pot. So the side pot is already there. Francis all in for 40. 10, Jack, 5. That is the end of Francis.
Well, we've got running diamonds.
Well, he has got running diamonds and running threes. So like I said, it's not at this moment in time over for Francis. It's running a bit slim.
Waiting for the tower thing. Sorry, I forgot. I forgot that hand was just...
Well, if we do lose Francis, we'll do it straight after.
That was a hand that we were concentrating on, guys, so we will get to the giveaway for you guys afterwards.
Well, now we have lost Francis.
Yeah,
So he cannot win the hand.
and Francis. Ryan's probably going to bet now. There is the bet. Matt will fold, and we're going to lose Francis. Shows the threes. Matt shows the 10s. Everyone laddering an extra 5k for themselves.
Well played, Francis. Always great to have him on our streams.
He's
Always
just
great to have him on
entertaining.
the
He
table.
makes stuff happen. He entertains us. He just does stuff other people doesn't do, and it's great viewing for you guys. It's you can say all you want about the play and how he plays, and
We love it.
but it's great to watch. And meaningless boat for Ryan. But we do lose Francis Oberdon for £17,150.
Well played, sir. Yet again. Well played. So we're on 4. We're down to 4 in Luton. We're going to have a new champion in Luton.
Four-handed now. Matt Davenport, Atanas Pavlov, Ryan Spittles, and Jamie Lee. And Jamie with the ace-jack. Raising to 55. And Matt Davenport here, four-handed, ace-jack versus 10s. Two big hands in a four-handed coup. It's coming, Roro. It's coming after this hand. I keep forgetting. 70 bigs average, four-handed. You're going to be here till midnight. We could, Sam, but if we are...
Absolutely, sir.
We are.
There is a free roll tonight. The free roll password is Hatter. 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 Jack high flop. Jack 2-6. Top for Jamie. 10s for Matt. So he could call in once more if Jamie decides to bet.
He has to call once tower, especially with position as well. So going to be c-bet from Jamie, and Matt has to call once here on the button, and then we'll lose Ryan in the big blind.
So there we go.
Nine of hearts on the turn. It does bring in a flush draw now for Jamie with his top pair. The potential to just go for another street here. Matt can have some flushes. Ace-X suited. And the most plausible ones, King, Queen of Hearts, Queen, 10 of Hearts, King, 10 of Hearts. only real ones he should have that aren't the ace-X of hearts. Peeling from the button. So Jamie will like to see that check back from Matt here on the turn. Feel good about his hand now, especially on this 5 of spades river. Not going to change anything, so going to be going for value now. It's just seeing what size we're going to go. No, he's going to check here, Jamie. So going to go for the check call instead, and Matt with the 10s going to check behind and potentially missed a bit of value there on the end for Jamie Lee with the ace-jack, but
oh, Fresd again. I'm looking down. I'm looking for the prayer book. Because the questions coming up.
You get it. You've been brought up.
Come on then.
Right, guys, quick giveaway as it is the final table
What's it for?
and action's happening thick and fast. It's a €150 ticket for our Elite Series main event on Grosvenor Poker next week. We're doing Tower Thinks. You should all know the rules by now. If you don't, you want Tower's answer, not the correct answer. So if you Google the correct answer,
you're
you're
have I
probably
got?
not going to win. We'll give you 30 seconds, Tower.
That means it's tough.
No double guesses, guys, either. Don't want to disqualify people. Already had to do it a couple of times this weekend. So no double guesses, one guess per account. So you gave me yesterday a question on golf. Today it's on Rotherham. So I was driving through Rotherham the other day.
And I was heading to Sheffield.
And I saw a river.
Yeah.
Biggest river in the world is the Amazon River. What is the length in kilometres? What is the length of the Amazon River in kilometres? That is what we're looking for. The length of the Amazon River. You've got 30 seconds. We'll give you until we go to a flop.
Flipping heck.
No answers yet, guys.
Don't answer yet. Don't answer yet. I have no idea. Right, I'm just going to guess because I have no idea. So we'll go.
In kilometres, what is the length of the Amazon
On it.
River? Tower's got his answer down. You can get your guesses in the chat box, guys. Go.
Just
go.
to let you know, I have no idea.
And if you're wondering why I say it's about Rotherham, yesterday he said, I've got a question on golf for you.
It was.
And he goes, when I went to Aberdour and played golf, I saw the Forth Bridge. And then it was about bridges. So, length of the Amazon River, we're still going to concentrate on the action for you guys. Get your guesses in. Closest to Tower's answer are going to win themselves a €150 ticket. Good luck, everyone getting involved. And we got an all in here from Atenas, just open shoving the button here, four-handed for 22. And Jamie in the big blind here with the A7 off.
I think I'm out. Just thought I'd tell you.
I think Jamie will let this one go here. 22. It's a hefty shove from Atenas. And he does choose to let it go. Right.
When did you drive through Rotherham anyway?
I didn't.
So the whole question was a lie.
Yeah.
At least I saw the Forth Bridge.
I went on Google Maps and done the little man on the street. I went through Rotherham that way.
At least I saw the Google. At least I saw the Forth Bridge, which is a great. I'll tell you what, it's a great structure. How long does Tower thinks the Amazon River is? Oh my days. Oh my days. Oh man. They're great questions. What's this £150 token for?
It's for the Elite Series on Grosvenor Poker,
Elite
which
Series.
kicks off next Sunday.
So if I get it right, do I play it?
No, I don't think that's how it works, Tower.
Well, if I get it exactly correct.
If you get exactly correct, I'll tell you what, if you get the right answer, I'll give you one myself. I'll buy you one myself.
There you go. Let me check my answer.
The question is, Gary, length of the Amazon River in kilometres, and you want Tower's answer, not the correct answer. God, how many guesses today?
Plenty. Plenty. I actually don't know if there's any good guesses or bad guesses because I've no idea of the answer. To be fair.
We'll give the correct answer at 22, and then we'll give Tower's answer at 1:45. We usually give people 15 minutes to get their guesses in. Matt going for value here after River in an 8, fires for pot as well. knowing that we're probably going to hear from a 10 from Jamie, so just understand that an 8's going to be the best hand here more often than not and goes for maximum value. And Jamie thinking about chucking in the hero here with A7 high.
Players in the seniors event, you have 1 minute remaining on your break. This is your final call to take your seats. That's final call for our seniors event players.
So we're down to the final 4. Matt Davenport, Ryan Spittles, Jamie Lee and Atanas Pavnov. Brilliant. So there's some interesting. I'm scrolling through and I'm thinking I'm either miles out or miles out. That's what I'm thinking.
And like I said, we'll give you the correct answer at 22, guys, and give the proper answer at 1/4 the one that's going to win themselves a token. Question is, length of the Amazon River. Apocalypse, longest river in the world. What is the length in kilometres?
Excellent.
Neil Jykes is on Matt Davenport at 12-1.
12s. You said it was 33s.
It must have been. He was bottom of the pack to start out, and
Well,
there was someone that was at that. Must have been back then. When I woke up at 11:45, he was
Yeah.
he was at 12s. But to start the day, he just couldn't have been. In kilometres, Apocalypse.
When's the correct answer being given?
The correct answer at 22. Towers answer at 1/4.
Okay. Shorter than a par 4 at Ganton. I played Ganton, Neil. Great place. The bunker, I tell you what, the trenches that they call bunkers, by heck. There's some great guesses. Well, there's some guesses, but I don't know if they're correct guesses because I don't actually know the answer myself at all. The Elite Series, I think, is in euros, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Because
in
it's
euros.
is it a nationwide?
That's why this one is for a €150
Right.
ticket,
Right.
and that's going to go for value here with his top pair, firing for 80k with the ace deuce, and that is out of the way.
Da-da-da-da-da. So,
The question is,
what does Tower thinks the entire length of the Amazon River is? Is that the longest? I thought the Nile was the longest.
Niall's second longest, I
Is
believe.
it?
I'm pretty sure Niall's
So
second longest.
where does the River Don equate to all this?
That's in
Third?
Rotherham. River
Is it-
Don's in Rotherham,
Is
right?
that, is that the third longest?
That's what I should have said. So I saw the River Don the other day.
Yeah. Yeah. Geography is definitely not my subject. I didn't take geography in the 3rd year of school. Carl Bellish got 17s on that. Nice one, Carl. The question was, how long in kilometres does the Tower thinks the Amazon River is?
Well, you need to have a chat with Google, Ben, because I googled it just to make sure that it weren't the Nile, and it says the Amazon is the longest river in the world.
Well, I thought the Nile was the longest. That's what I thought. Anyway, it don't really matter, really. So my answers wrote down. My answers wrote down. Queen, King, 6, 2 spades. Second pair for Atanas.
Ben must be in denial.
Oh,
It's all fun and games. It's how I thinks, but we will try and catch the action, guys, when there is something happening. Like here, for example, with Atanas now firing with his third pair. Or leading, actually, on this ace turn after Matt Limp Button continued flop. Well, bet flop once checked to, and now Atanas choosing to lead here on this Ace of Hearts turn. Strange line, but works a treat. See Banksy and Laura on the rail there. Why are they always on the rail for final tables, Tower?
Well, they've got plenty of good poker players as friends. They're all rooting. They're both rooting for Ryan Spittles. They're all rooting for. Right, after this hand, we'll give you the actual correct answer, not my guess.
Google must be wrong. My year 4 teacher told me it was the Nile. So, the correct answer, guys.
Yeah.
If you want to know what the correct answer is.
Yeah. Oh,
we've
that's
gone.
how I'm looking when we're trying to get the Nile question. That's me in concentration.
I don't know why
mode.
it keeps doing that.
It's just, I think it's just a little glitch.
There we
it
go.
is, we're back.
So the correct answer is just under 7,000 kilometres. It's 6,992 kilometres.
Is
the
it?
Nile. That is a long river. So that's the correct answer. And
Can
you've just got a little help there if you haven't guessed yet.
2 minutes.
And we'll give away the correct answer and let you know who is going to be the winner of the €150.
2 minutes. What happened to Francis? Says Richie.
He bluffed it off versus Matt Davenport, and Matt Davenport called in with top pair.
Made a great call with top pair because Francis put him to the sword. Wowzers.
I've got the Nile down on Google as 6,650 kilometres.
There you go. That'll do for us.
That's by length via Google.
Eddie Shez. Hey dear.
One 0 to City, says Mark Adair. Yep.
There you go. After this hand, we'll reveal the question and the answer. So you've got about a minute. Get your guesses in, guys. We've got about a minute.
I'm definitely not Apocalypse. I've got it here in front of me. I'm definitely not. It says 6,650 kilometres on Google, the Nile, and 6,992 kilometres, the Amazon.
There you go. Right, the cards are in. The cards are in. So, because it was a question on Rotherham, I knew he'd get me back. And I nearly got it right as well, didn't I? As you went to Rotherham, you were on the way to Skegness. There was a place called Louth, and how many dogs are in Louth? Yeah, I nearly got it as well. Nearly got it. So, I thought, last 10 seconds, guys, last 10 seconds. Go and get your guesses in. Grind it up as guessed. We've got Declan guessing, and we've got Scott Berridge. Afternoon, Scott. So just let us know. Let us know. You got 10 seconds.
Right, that's it. After this hand,
Yeah.
last guess, Scott Berridge. Grind it up on Twitch, and Pavel Pliskov on Facebook.
Thank
they
you
are
very
the
much
last
indeed.
guesses in. Going to reveal the winner after this hand. So that's raising it up here, and pretty nice complete shove here from that King Queen here versus Atanas Tower for what would be 24 big blinds, but looks like he's just going to make the call.
He's going to make the call.
The thing is, if we do end up running into it and doubling Atanas up, we're back down to 1.2 million, same sort of stack as Ryan, and Atanas will have 1.2 as well, so it'll be 3 with all the same sort of stack, and Jamie with the chip lead. So maybe taking that into account, not wanting to run into it and double Atanas up. However, it's a really nice hand to complete shove for 22, 23 big blinds as Matt Davenport, but opted to take the passive approach, and now faced with the C bet on the ace 9-5 2 club board and 65k into 220 here. Could still see Matt calling once tower. We've got the nut high hand. We're blind on blind, ranges are wide. So wouldn't be surprised if he did make the call here with just king high out of position. And there is the call.
10 of spades on the turn. Matt checks.
So Matt now picking up gut shot of his own, and Atanas is going to take a freebie.
And the 2 of spades doesn't make a difference. Will this go check again?
And it does, and Matt going to win it with king high, which is good.
Right then. So the correct answer was 6,000 and a lot.
Yep.
That's a long river.
That is a long river.
It's nearly as long as the River Don in Rotherham.
Nearly 7,000 kilometres.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought, not knowing any geography at all, because I'm not very good at that kind of thing, and obviously he's found out my my Achilles heel. I thought it can't be as long as the United Kingdom, and the United Kingdom's around about 900 kilometres. So I went just a little bit above. I went 1,045 kilometres, and I thought that's one hell of a river. I thought that's really long, and it can't be that long, surely.
And
anyway,
someone guessed
sorry about that.
1,000, and only one person guessed 1,000. A few people guessed 1,100.
Yeah.
But because you put 1,045, obviously 1,000's going to take it. And the winner is Dead-Eyed on Twitch, who guessed 1,000 and was 45 off. So Dead-Eyed on Twitch, you are the winner of our €150 seat for the main event of our Elite Series, which kicks off next Sunday.
1,000's a long river.
It will be in your account on Monday. Dead-Eyed, if you could just drop your alias either via a whisper or you can drop it in the chat box.
Take some fishing, that Amazon River, tell you.
Here we go. Tim Wright. That's who we need, someone academic. Tim Wright. It used to be that the Nile was the longest river in the world, but they found a few hundred more miles of the Amazon.
That's what I was thinking. That's the bit. I thought the question, what was the extra bit added on at the end?
Oh, there you go.
That was it. Damn.
So that is it. 4 giveaways this weekend, guys. Well done to Dead-Eyed.
1,000 kilometres is a long river. Tell me the name of a river that's 1,000 kilometres long, and I need to know the size.
You got the Nile, you got the Yangtze River, Yellow River, Parana River, Congo River, Mekong River, Lena River.
Are they all longer than 1,000?
Yeah, they're all long. It should be.
My days.
Should be.
Well in, Dead Eyes.
As a poker player, I have a lot of experience with rivers, Tower. My river knowledge is...
Yeah, you could have asked me a question on poker and then asked me that question. Oh, dear. Imagine accidentally missing 1,000 kilometres off the river. Exactly, that's what I thought, you see. Pro-like. Well in, Dead-Eyed. Dead-Eyed 1. Give us your alias for the £150 and you're going to be playing it. Well done and congratulations. There are 187 rivers longer than 1,000, says Apocalypse. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to start doing some swatting for the next leg.
So Ryan going for value here with his 9 after catching it on the end, and Jamie just out the way. Free roll password, Tower just said, hat up. Tower, you muppet.
Alright, don't read it out loud. There's no need to read it out loud, is there? There you go. The Oder Water River is 1,045 kilometres long. I knew that.
Ace-5 for Matt under the gun. We're four-handed here, so under the gun effective cut-off in a four-handed situation. So Matt happy to open any ace. And Ryan in the small Jack 5 of clubs should be folding this one here. But Ryan in the tank, and wow, he's just going to choose to free bet Matt here, sitting third in chips. Matt having him covered, going to use this Jack 5 of clubs. And Jamie with the 7-5 off, out the way. And we're going to lose Matt as well, because Matt's probably not going to be continuing with the ace-5 off tower, not in the form of a call at least. So if he thinks Ryan's really getting out of line, might use this ace blocker to 4-bet small, but I think this is just going to be the end of the hand personally. But Ryan just finding the free bet here with the Jack 5 of clubs and just taking it. There we go. This guy, his decision making shows a 5 as well.
Amazing. How does he do it?
Just always, like, in those spots, like, I'd just fold, but Matt just picks up on something, just senses, life senses perhaps. When you're sat there, you just get a feel sometimes. And Matt, 4-bet bluffing the ace-5 off, as said, and that was the only option if we wanted to continue, and 4-bet small and snap fold from Ryan with the Jack 5 suited.
So that's an ass. What a week he's had. Chopped the high roller and he's down to the last 4 of the GUKPT. Amazing.
Question from Tower/J. Why has there been 2 GUKPT in Luton? We just have 2 in Luton now. It's always a well-attended event, so they decided to, a couple of years ago, slap one in the middle of the summer in Luton as well with a slightly smaller buy-in.
Yeah.
And then it's just continued this year as well.
It's always well attended. What is it, 40 minutes from London? Decent sized card room, as you know.
Cheap hotels.
Nothing was cancelled. We had them all on this year. Coventry was extra, Reading, Edinburgh, Leeds, Blackpool. Password is Hatter.
It was funny earlier. I was when I popped out when Andy Hills went in, I popped into town to get some food. Went to get some chicken from some KFC. I was ordering on the thing, and I looked to my left, and Dave Doherty don't realise he's doing the exact same thing. And he looked at me, he goes, "I was hungry," and I googled best places to eat in Luton, and KFC was one at the top. So.
Cheers, Mark. Thanks for the kind words. It's been a great stream and a great week. The cash game was mad on the Wednesday. Looking forward to doing one in Blackpool. We don't know what we're doing yet in Blackpool. There are options to do a DC, but we can't do any of the stud games or any of the drawing games because you need 7 boxes. So at the moment, we don't think it'll be a full DC game. 6-card PLO was the first one in the world that was done. So we will have a look at what's happening in Blackpool. But it won't. If it is a dealer's choice, obviously it can't be any of the drawing games. We don't do shifting sands. We don't do Maltese cross or anything like that. So we'll see.
It'll probably be under the GUKPT tab if you can't find it, Rich. The close-up is always on the Monday after the GUKPT.
Yes, it is. Starts at 8 PM and day 2 on Sunday. On Tuesday it starts at 7.
And Matt makes the best hand on the river. I'm going to be value betting. Goes for the 105k. Atenus with the 9 deuce. In a tough spot now. Yeah, Mark, I'll be in Blackpool again.
Yes.
Be playing the mystery in the minute.
He'll be wandering the prom with the wife, walking down the prom in his shorts and his flip-flops and everything. I remember him walking in a couple of years ago, and he walked the prom when the wind was about 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, this was last year.
Last year, was it?
Yeah.
He walked in. It looked like he'd been to Sandcastle Water Park.
Yeah, literally. the wave come over the wall at the sea. You know the side we were at the Hilton there, walking down the left, and just a wave of water come over the bloody wall, and it was freezing as well.
He walked in, looked like he'd just been down one of the slides in the Sandcastle. Oh my days! It was so funny, so funny. Did you make the rookie edit of walking across the?
Yeah, walking the side near the sea.
Walking across near the sea. He went, yes. I went, oh, okay.
It's meant to be more romantic, apparently, walking by the sea. And you just
brilliant.
maybe they've not inputted the closer into the tab yet, Rich. That might be it.
Yeah.
It might not be showing until tomorrow, but the closer always on the Monday.
Yeah, it's definitely on.
He's found it.
There you go. Now that nice one, biscuit.
That's a nice going for value with his 7. Gets Ryan out the way.
Four left. There's another guy in the free roll with the same nickname. Wow, that takes some doing. That takes some doing. Here's 10 for Atanas, 575, Matt 2.3 mil. No deals discussed at all, not any. There's 2 rich teas, is there really?
That's a nice 3 betting half his stack just under with the ace 10. And talk about that a lot now on final tables. You see it a lot more, people putting in half their stack, and all that is, there's actually situations where a lot of action can occur behind you and you can actually fold and leave yourself with half the stack potential to get some ladders. And that's all that is from Atanas there. That gets that one through with the ace 10. Barcelona lost.
Yeah, Real Madrid were at home, they were favourites.
Drake's not going to be happy. Had 600 bag double, didn't he? 600k double on Arsenal Barcelona today.
Who did?
Drake.
Barcelona were a decent price because they were Real Madrid bank favourites.
Yeah, returned like 3.9 million or something for the double for 600k.
Wow.
So it's at like 6.5 to 1. Entry for this was 12.50. As Ryan opens the suited queen on the button, and Matt here with the king 5 off in the big blind. expect him to be continuing here four-handed, facing a button open at the very least, but he's going to mix this king block up into a 3-bet range and take the aggressive route. So it looks like just shy of 4x with the offsuit king, and gets Ryan out of the way on the button. Free-roll password starting in 1 minute is Hatter.
Hatter.
Lowercase.
Hatter. You'd be mad, pal.
I'm not sure what's happening here, guys. There we go. Fold from Ryan. Jamie opening 7-6 off on the button. And Matt Davenport in the small. Just going to choose to call the Queen 10 of hearts. Both players calling. Suited Queen 10 for Matt. Suited Ace Deuce for Atanas in the big. 3-way to the flop. Lovely looking flop for Mr. Davenport here. Flopping top 2 in a 3-way coup. Checks it over to the aggressor. And Jamie with just 7 high here. Even 3-way could potentially see him continuing this one. 3 to a straight with that 5 on board. And does choose to continue. Just bottom of his range here, firing for 100, so just south of half. And over to Matt with the Queen 10 suited, just happy to call with such a big hand. Salah just refused to go off, and Klopp had to change his sub.
No way.
The guy has too much power. Really? So Matt checking once more, knowing that this is a card that Jamie may choose to attack on. And ace on the river. So Queen 10 getting counterfeited here for Matt Davenport. Apocalypse is pulling our leg. There was a mix-up of numbers. That's not right.
What's that?
So he said that Salah refused to go off and Klopp changed his sub.
Oh, really?
And now Salah's just scored, but apparently they got the numbers wrong on the board. The rest of the chat telling us.
All right.
No, it's 1-0 Liverpool.
Wowzers.
Don't tell me that. I haven't had a bet on, but if they can't win that, can't have Arsenal winning the league. Just can't. Just cannot happen, Tower.
1-0 more Salah.
And now Jamie. Sorry guys, I was more interested in the substitute controversy. But back to the action, because Matt getting counterfeited on the river and Jamie firing for 225k here. 225 into 425. And back over to Matt Davenport here with Queen 10. And as I say, these decisions he doesn't usually get wrong too often. But this one, he does let it go. So fair play from Jamie Lee. Bluffing with just the 7 high, getting the job done. He's on form today. 3.1 million chips.
Is Jamie Lee part of the Tim Chung Bixie Yao?
He knows Tim and Bixie pretty well,
right.
Yeah. He's from Birmingham, though. Actually, Walsall, I believe.
He's from Walsall?
Yeah.
Best thing to come out of Walsall. The M6. He's obviously at this moment in time Jamie Lee. Matt Davenport on the left, Atanas Pavlov in the middle, Jamie Lee and Ryan Spittles in the middle. Jamie got sixes this time, under the gun. Gonna raise it up. Matt and Atanas won't be doing anything.
But Ryan,
whoa! Now then, Ryan. This could be a big one.
yeah, four-handed. It's we had the situation earlier when we were full ring, well, eight-handed, and Francis opened the sixes under the gun, and I said how once the blinds free bet we're always going to be folding. However, this is a different scenario, Tower, because we're four-handed here. We've got the chip lead here as Jamie, and Ryan making it big 260k sizing 4x versus gun. What I like to see. I like the sizing choice here from Ryan. And now back over to Jamie, and this is a lot more complex spot than it looks here with pocket sixes. Like, do we ever expect Ryan to be light here? That's the problem, because I don't think Ryan, if he's going to go after anyone, it's going to be us here with the chip lead, who can afford to lose a few chips. So I think Jamie will understand this isn't going to be a bluff if ever, and just sets him in with the sixes, 4-bet ripping, and Ryan's going to call it off with the ace queen. He says call, sixes for Jamie, ace king for Ryan. This is a big flip.
Atanas stands up and he's not in the hand.
So Ryan in hunt for an ace or a king.
Ryan Spittles, oh, everybody stands up. Gary Banks, Laura Cornelius are on the rail.
I'm not watching it.
We need an ace and we need a king, or we lose one. And we still need an ace or a king. Ryan Spittles is drawing thin. And it's not there.
One pip out. Ryan Spittles, what a run. He's entertained us over the last couple of days. Been
Well
a fixture
played,
on
Ryan
the feature
Spittles.
table here in Luton this weekend. And we are down to the final three, guys. Ryan taking home £26,000.
Very nice indeed. £26,000. Well done, Ryan. And Jamie Lee, big chip leader.
Yeah, well over the half the chips in play now, around 60%.
The free roll on Grosvenor Poker has started. The password is Hatter.
Yeah, Atanas gets the ladder, he does indeed. And Atanas was heads up already once this week for the high roller title, ended up chopping that one down the middle with Anton Saoud, and now a chance as to get heads up again. He is the short stack, going to need to find a double from somewhere first, but he's still there. But who were the early risers that got money on Matt before he got battered in the betting?
Yeah. Why were there 2 Luton legs this year, says Gary? There's been 2 Luton legs for about 4 years now.
Yeah, 2019 was the first year when we started doing 2 legs in Luton.
I think because it's just well attended, 40 minutes from London.
Queen 8 of diamonds for Jamie, completing in the small. I'm out with the 5-3 off here. Going to choose to check his option and see a flop.
Jack 7-3.
So a bit of action here, tiny bit. Matt with bottom pair and Jamie with overcard and a flush draw here. So Jamie going to lead and Matt's just going to have a pretty easy call here with the 5-3 with position. That's an easy call, but he's going to choose to raise it up here, Matt Davenport. Some protection for his bottom pair against some overcards. But Jamie can never go anywhere here with the Queen 8 of diamonds, and there's the call. Quick call, I may add.
4 of spades on the turn.
So Matt now picking up a gut shot to go with his 5-3. I think if he barrels now tower, he's basically turning his bottom pair into a bluff here, going after some 7x of Jamie. Maybe even some better 3s that he can have in this spot. He'll be aware we're not folding out a jack with a second barrel. So is he going to take a freebie and just try to get to showdown now with his bottom pair, or is he going to use this 5 blocker removal to the nuts and start running it here with the 3? I think once he postures like this is what we're going to see. Second barrel coming in from Matt Davenport. And goes for 300k, so just south of pot sized here. Now back over to Jamie, still with an overcard and flush draw. And you got to remember as well, Matt's got a random range here, like he's checked in the big blind, so he can have a whole host. We do actually still beat some hands as well, hands like 8-9, 9-10, this type of stuff. And it's a queen on the river. So Jamie Lee, river in top pair, and if Matt goes for it, he's going to be getting snapped off on this run out tower. He is going to be getting snapped off. And is he going to go for it? That is the question. Or will he slam the brakes on? And well-timed check from Matt there. And Jamie going to see that he's got good. He's good on the river, catching the queen. Yeah, should be a massive turnout for Blackpool.
It should.
And no plans for GUKPT Birmingham.
No, well, Birmingham itself wouldn't be able to
It's
host
too small.
one. It's far too small.
This is what we got coming up, though. We can
Sorry, excuse me.
We can show you what there is to play in Birmingham for the rest of the year. We've only got Hill Street.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was last week.
That was last week.
Wow.
Yeah, I've just had one.
So close to Birmingham. Not really many places there. You got Leicester, I guess, 25-25.
Not many events left this year. End of October, Coventry, London, Manchester, Sheffield. Then it's Blackpool.
Can't wait.
And then Leeds, Portsmouth, Leicester, Edinburgh for the side events, and then London for the big one. We will let you know what's happening regarding the grand final, obviously on social media and in Blackpool as well, because it starts a couple of weeks later. So we'll probably have the grand final scheduled by the time we get to Blackpool.
So 6 for a spades for Jamie, raising to 80k. These are the final 3. Matt Davenport just there again.
He's got 1.5 big blinds.
Yeah, he literally had 1.5 bigs.
You know what? As a poker player, would this all be classed as like a free roll for yourself? Because you had 1.5 big blinds and don't expect to spin?
I guess you could look at it like that, Sal, but I think once we get the spin, you're always just trying to play the best you can in every given hand. And
yeah.
just trying to make the best decisions. And it's such a great feeling though when you do manage to spin that short stack up, and manage to be sitting here playing for lumps of money. And 42 bigs. Look at this. It's still heaps of chips in play. We're free-handed here, and we got an average stack of 60, just under 60 big blinds. It's pretty nice.
What happened to Ryan? Says Ben.
All in pre. Went open from Jamie. Ryan 3-bet ace king, Jamie 4-bet ripped sixes for around, what were we, 20k, 40k. Brian had 1.1 mil for around like 27, 28 bigs. Ryan called with the ace king and lost the flip. Call from Atanas in the small, and Jamie just gonna set him in here. I think tower 16 bigs, probably just gonna be an all in here. And Jamie Lee is just gonna raise into call, maybe not aware of Atanas's exact stack size. I think we can definitely just rip the ace jack there for 16 effective.
These are all the chips of Jamie Lee. 4.7 mil. 96,000 up top.
Final call, players of the tournament. You have 1 minute remaining in break. Players, please do take your seats. And final 1 minute for anyone wishing to join. And final call for our remaining finalists in the main event. We'll be restarting in 1 minute.
Yeah, Matt, you're not wrong. Walsall used to be a great stop. Apparently Jurgen's been sent off in the soccer ball. We've got 3 left in the main. Jamie Lee on the right has all the chips. Matt Davenport on the left had 1.5 big blinds on the second level of the day. And Atanas Pavlov again on a final table. He came second in the high roller this week after chopping it. And now is the final 3 of the main. What a great week he's had. And he moves his chips over the line.
Yeah, he's got an ace and knows Jamie's just going to open
Yeah.
so many hands, free-handed here on the button, shoves for 15.5, and Jamie ace 3 off, not going to be calling this off here. I think he'll understand. Like, it's interesting because we'd probably call like a king queen, but we're not going to call an ace 3 off. Just never going to have Atanas in a dominated spot, which is what you want in situation. You want to have some of their range that are going to shove dominated. Like, and then always mention this against like the king jack suited, the queen jack suited, the king queen, these type of hands. Like, we're only going to have a slight equity advantage, so much better to wait for a better spot there.
Rich T's had just had a free roll kings, queens and jacks. Hope you're all in. Good luck if you're playing the free roll. Grosvenor put on a great free roll every time there's a live stream. £250 in tokens. Good luck everybody who plays. We're concentrating on the final 3 here in Luton.
website.
949. What do you think of the new dealer buttons?
They're okay.
I think they're great.
Just a dealer button, that's all. Never really take much
I think
notice
they
of the
look,
dealer
I think they
button.
look great.
I think whatever colour a dealer button, all in triangle, whatever it is, don't really make it. Actually, in Ireland, if anyone's watching that runs the Irish Open,
yeah,
they have green felts and green all-in triangles. And literally, sometimes you don't realise there's literally been an all-in in front of you.
Mm.
That's the only thing I will say, Irish Open. Green felts and green all-in triangles do not go very well together.
No.
Especially if you're in like one of the 1 or 9 seats and it's come from the left to you and you just somehow miss it. You're not looking at the action as it comes round. I know you should always be concentrating on the action, but I think just a dealer button's a dealer button, so I never really think much of it. Never sat down at a poker table and gone, oh, that's a nice dealer button.
It's just noticing things around the table, I suppose. Superb week for Atanas. Absolutely fantastic week for Atanas.
King 8 for Jamie makes it 80. We are suited. 8-3. Maybe a bit wide. There it goes in the muck.
Well, the dead-eyed one. The dead-eyed one is out the free roll. Good luck when you play the £150 though. That's the one you want to run well in. Don't forget when you do eventually play it, give us a tweet. Not just J or at the Tower 68. Send us a message. Let us know how you do.
And there's plenty of you watching as well, guys, so YouTube, Twitch, make sure you do hit the follow or subscribe button, would help us out, and get the notification set on.
Yeah.
So next time you'll get that notification, we will be in Blackpool.
We'll be going live in Blackpool.
The 3-year-old password, Ian, is Hatter, all lowercase.
Anybody have a 6-bet pre on the online?
I actually remember, I think there was a hand years ago when Tonka started streaming from one of his streams. I think it was in the Thursday Thrill. And I think there was a 7-bet fold or something like that on the final or something like that. There was I actually remember that hand quite well. I think it was like a 7-bet fold or something like that. Because I remember reading the comments and absolutely wetting myself. Because someone put you need to balance your 7-bet range or something like that. And I was...
7-bet fold. Brilliant.
But Ian Roberts' hand is still one of the best pre-flop hands we've ever seen on a GUKPT. It's probably the best hand we've ever seen that hasn't gone to a flop. by a country mile. Blind on blind here. And Jamie with the 7-8.
Raising it up.
Yeah, no, I like this from Jamie. Like, I think we can raise almost any two here tower simply because Atanas sitting there with 15 and Matt sitting there second in chips. I think we can put a lot of pressure on Matt Davenport, having him covered. Yeah, okay, how are we doing, Swifty? Didn't realise you were tuned in. Pad's had an Instagram story fairly recently with a 9-bet pot pre and the other player folded. There you go.
9-bet. That just has to be min click, doesn't it?
And current payouts are at the bottom. I'll put them across quick for you, AC. So everyone's locked up £41,010. It's a 26k ladder. And this could be it. Blind on blind here. Matt with the King Jack. Atanas with the 5s. I'm surprised Matt could have potentially just open shoved this one himself.
Yeah.
And Atanas with the 5s would have called. But this is blind on blind. Obviously free-handed, range is a lot wider, and it is a 18 big blind shove here from Atanas. So tough spot for Matt. And that is a call.
They're in. They're going in. He's checked them. He has chip. Well, by the looks of that, he's got chips left, and about 300,000 left. So he's not. He's not going to be out if he loses, Matt. And he's got, by the looks of that, over 300,000. We've still got 600,000 left from that. So, a king, a jack, any paint, and we'll lose one. Still the same scenario.
And Atanas doubles.
Atanas doubles.
Another example there that Matt Davenport is definitely human. And they're just going to switch stacks basically. Matt's going to go to where Atanas was, and Atanas is going to basically go to where Matt was. So a little swivel there. And Atanas now back to second in chips. Matt Davenport still with workable room here, 16 bigs.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't, Katie. I cannot stand two things that have started over the last 12 months. The first one is that people putting the factorial at the end of a number and calling it free bet. Just say free bet. And the second one is people saying like ace, king, O. Just say ace, king off. It's the same amount of syllables. What are you doing? It really, really tilts me. It's one of my pet peeves now in poker. When I hear someone say jack 10-0 or when they send in a hand history and they use exclamation mark as a free bet. Like, what are you doing? It's been the same for years. Why do we just randomly want to change it all? Yes, of course, writing it is fine, Katie. Writing ace, king, O is fine as that. But when you actually say it and you're explaining the hand history, if someone comes up to me and they start explaining the hand history now and they start with, I open ace, queen, O, I'll just walk away. I don't even want to listen to the rest of the hand.
I love it. We're on 3. We are on 3. Matt D. Atten's got 5s again. How does that work?
Oh, Matt's in again, and it's a flip again. Here we go. Here we go, Tower. Same 2, and it's Atanas with 5s again, and we're going to be flipping.
Is he losing all his chips to pocket 5s twice on the trot?
Yeah, I can't see him folding this one. There we go. He's just looked up at Matt Stack, sees it's 6-10, and 5s again for Atanas. Can they once more win in a flip situation, or are we going to be heads up?
Yeah. 5s. We lose, and 5s again to be eliminated. Matt Davenport, 1.5 big blinds, let's not forget that, this morning. With the blinds at 8-16, and he came back, and he's in the final 3.
Well, no help there.
And still needs an ace or a 6.
Running hearts the other way out of this one.
That's not it.
So,
we need an ace or a 6, so we lose Matt.
And it's a 3 on the river. So Matt Davenport is out for £41,010. And we're heads up.
What a great effort from Matt Davenport. I think you can give him the NPL trophy right now if we wanted to, but that'll get confirmed later. 3rd place for Chunks, what was it?
£41,010.
Very nice indeed. They're on a 15-minute break. Before we go heads up, they are on a 15-minute break. We'll get a timer counting down, but we're off for a cup of tea.
Could be a long one as well, guys. You just saw there it's 122 big blinds plays 54 big blinds, so it's an 85 big average heads up battle.
Yes.
So could be a long one. We will see when we get back. We're going to be back at 1:45.
Yep, 6:45 for the final. It is a 15-minute break. Atanas Pavlov heads up for the second time this week, for the second time on the stream. Can he turn it into a W this time? It was a great effort in the high roller. He's now heads up in the main event.
See
you in 15 minutes. Do not be late.
I'm quite locked off now. I'm tilling now, I'm going for 10.
So £40 straight up is on. And Andy once again getting involved. Jack 9.
Yeah, he's only winning 5.
Raises to 200. Opts for the 5x here in the cut-off. And Vinny with the 6-2 suited. Along he comes for 195 more. Joe's in with the 10-9 of hearts. And Bobby got an easy one to defend on the straddle with the King 10. One-way action. And action we have, because we've got a gut shot for Andy. We've got top pair for Joe and Bobby. And this one checks through. 5 of clubs on the turn. So Bobby still with the best of it with the King 10. Andy still sitting with his gut shot. Joe happy to fire now for 300, and Bobby here with the King 10 not going to be going anywhere. Andy calls with the gut shot, and Vinny's just going to call with a 6 deuce as well.
Go on, Vinny.
River.
The Queen of Hearts is the river.
Check.
Changes nothing.
Nothing at all. Changes nothing. So Bobby here. Maybe thinking about playing for thin value here, Tower, but I much prefer this from him, checking this one over to Andy, who's just sitting here with Jack high. What on earth have I just seen? Andy just rips 5.4 into 2 bag, 2.6, 2.7x pot shove.
Bobby says, can I have a count, please?
Wow!
Can I have a count? This is serious.
What a hero call this would be. What's Andy got, Tower? What makes sense? What hands are we going to play in this manner? Flop checks through. Turn we call. And the river comes a queen. And like, what hands do we shove for this amount? Like, we're not shoving one pair for this amount. So we're repping 2 pair plus shit. What on earth is this? We're literally repping 2 pair plus, but what 2 pair do we have? Andy's been playing a whole host. I guess Queen 7 suited can be in there. You got 2 combos of that. Queen 7 of clubs, Queen 7 of diamonds. But what else are we meant to have here? What are we repping? A set of 5s, but why are we not raising turn? We're going to bet sets on the flop 4-way. We're going to bet our 10x. Queen 10's probably not going to be in there. This don't make much sense, Tower. I can see Bobby calling this. I can really see him heroing this off. What I've seen from Bobby, he seems to be a very solid, good thinking player. And if you really think about this one, what is Andy supposed to have here? He's never doing this with 1 pair. He never opts for this size with a 1 pair hand. It's 2 pair plus. And what hands get to the river in this manner with 2 pair? And then flip it on the other side. He's got bluffs. He's got missed clubs. He's got some random, like, maybe some random gut shots, some up and downs, these type of holdings here. Maybe a hand like 5-6 suited he's turning into a bluff, blocking a straight and 2 pair. But I wouldn't be surprised if Bobby called this off, even though it's for an insane amount and we need to be correct fairly often as Bobby to make this a good call. But what is Andy supposed to have? What's he representing? This is a crazy, crazy move.
Could Andy erase pre with 7s?
Yeah, but he's going to bet flop, Tower. Once we go 4-way, we're not checking 7s with our reputation on that flop ever once we go 4-way. So that's out of the question. 3s are out of the question. 10x going to bet. Like Queen 10... Queen 10 may be in there, but I think like heads up, yes, we can incorporate some checks with Queen 10, but in a multi-way situation when we go 4-way, we're just going to be continuing Queen 10 there. So even Queen 10's out of the question. Overpairs are going to continue as well, so Queens aren't going to be in there. So what's he got, Tower? Like, I think the only hand that makes sense is Queen 7 suited, and the way he's been playing, he probably would open Queen 7 suited. You've got Queen 7 of diamonds, Queen 7 of clubs in there. But other than that, I'm really clutching at straws for value hands that Andy's ever going to have in this situation, whereas bluffs he can have. Obviously the clubs, the backdoor clubs are definitely in there that would take this particular line, check flop, then call turn once getting that price, as well as obviously we can see some gut shots. But this is a mad but brave move from Andy, and I think we have to call. I know I can see the cards, but I always try to portray to you guys on stream like about ranges and what's making sense and try and take the whole cards out of question. But Bobby seems like a pretty solid player and a thinking player and very competent, and this just doesn't make any sense. And I'd probably flick it in, and if you've got Queen 7 of clubs or Queen 7 of diamonds, nice hand. But other than that, I'm really clutching at straws for value here, Tower, because there's no need. We're never going to go 2 point over this size. We're never going to choose with a 1 pair holding. So it's 2 pair plus we're repping. Only straight out there, 4-6 suited, which is probably going to raise turn after all the action. Build a pot as well, especially with Vinny in there on the turn. We're probably going to raise 6-4 suited. So it's just so thin, and like the hands that we're repping here. And if it gets called, I'd love to see a call from Bobby here. And the way Andy's been playing, we saw him with the 4-3 of diamonds hand, like the way he just spewed off in that 4-bet pot with the 4-3 of diamonds. It's a really gross spot for Bobby, but really in the blender here with this decision. I know I can see the whole cards, but I think we have to call. The way Andy's been playing, the hands that he represents here, and like I can only come up with 2 combos that he plays in this manner, and that's even clutching at straws because he still needs to open the Queen 7 suited, but we've seen him open a lot wider than that so far this cash game, so I guess that's in there. But
will he remember the 4-3 hand and then just work it out and then just eventually call?
I don't know, Tower, because Bobby's been very tight and solid. Like, he's probably going to fold because of the size, but when you... Oh, he's called! He's made the call, and he's going to get the good news. And he's going to show him the jack high. He doesn't even show him it. And Bobby with the King 10. What a hero. Someone go find that man a cape. Wow. Wow, what a pot. A 12.8k pot is that. 12.8k going the way of Bobby, and that's going to make him the big winner in this game. And I said I wouldn't be surprised if he made the call, and that's going to be it for Andy. The coat is on. He's going to be heading out. Could potentially get another player in. We've only got less than an hour left, but what a pot that was for you guys.
Andy, just leaving the door.
So we've got new players. Is that Tom Hudson there?
No, Kieran coming in.
Bit of a doppelganger there.
He is a little bit. The online manager, Mr. Tom Hudson.
Deborah's called now, and Richard. Which Richard is it? Do we know which Richard it is? Hearts and Hearts fighting off again. 3 times. A lot of hearts been dealt out, Tal, but not many on the flop. I did well. He hit the straight flushing hearts, didn't he?
Yeah. Kieran Davey comes to our table. Richard Griffiths in C1.
Richard Griffiths. I don't think I know him. Oh, look! What the
10,
hell?
9, 3.
Tower,
all hearts.
3 of them have flopped hearts.
All flopped.
Queen high, king high, ace high.
Wow.
This is gonna be carnage. Oh my gosh!
There's nearly every out on the board. The Jack of
Have you
Hearts
seen
is out
this?
for Richard.
This could be a 3-way all-in tower if it's played fast by any of them. This is absolutely ridiculous. When Kieran gets all this action, he'll have to check his cards back, see if he's bloody actually got the ace of hearts tower and not the ace of diamonds. So Richard's just called. Oh, Richard's called just with a jack, with a king, with a jack.
Yeah, he's got the redraw to the
Heart.
straight flush, he thinks.
Blow me neck. So what's going to happen now? KK's going to squeeze it up. He's just called as well. Now what's Peter going to do?
Yeah, Kieran's got the notes. I don't mind.
No,
I don't mind
KK
it.
just flattered with his queen eye flush.
Oh yes,
And now
Kieran's
it's on
got the
Peter
nuts.
with the king eye flush. He's going to raise here. Here we go. So he's going to raise.
Oh man.
Kieran's going to probably just flat call, or jam it, or just put it in, thinking he's never going to get a fold,
Yeah.
which he won't.
Raise to
How the action's
5k
gone.
from Peter.
Kieran's getting a bit. Look at him. He's playing. He's giving it the old Hollywood, isn't he? He's got the stone cold nuts, and he's like, "Oh, what's going on here? What the blinking hell's going on?"
Does he call?
I think I don't know, Tower.
Or is it, does he think he's up against a set?
I just don't think he's. Well,
He's
with
all
him-
in.
Yeah.
He's all
and
in.
now what's KK going to do with his queen eye? He's going to have to go move all in, surely.
Yeah.
There's hands that Kieran could have aces with the ace of hearts here. Yep.
This would be an amazing fold.
And Peter's
No,
going
they're in.
to be absolutely sick.
Peter, what you done?
Peter's absolutely sick.
Peter
but
raised it up
he's
with
going to have to put it
5K.
in. And just hope it's a set against the ace with a heart, I guess, or 6-7 of hearts, for example, or 7-8 of hearts. These are hands that are possible as well in Peter's eyes. It doesn't have to be against the nut flush here. This is just the most brutal setup I've ever seen.
They're
And
in.
he's in,
They're in.
and they're both drawing dead, aren't they?
Wow.
This is just dead. They're both dead.
Wow.
They're just dead.
Look
See you later.
at Debs.
It's just ridiculous. They're dead, aren't they? There's no runners,
No,
is there?
no runners. Because the Jack of Hearts has been folded for the Queen.
What a life.
Wow.
This is Kieran's first hand, and what a hand.
He's on 60,000. Sits down, one hand, flops the nuts.
Gets action from the
and
second
trebles
nuts
up.
and the third nuts, and trebles up.
Oh my days.
I wonder if anyone's dreams of Vegas rely on this tournament, Tower. I wonder if
Well,
they
you never know.
to get a top 3 finish, they're going to be jetting off to the desert or not.
Julian raised to 50 with ace 10. Max in C1 with Queen 8. It's rid of the button. Queen 8 suited, small blankets out of the way.
Jan's kind of giving a few
Josh.
tells away that he's folding pre. He's kind of.
I like Josh's demeanour at the table, you know. I do like it. He looks at the players.
Yeah.
Wants to see a flop
Yeah.
with the 5s, as you should.
Julian's got too much for Josh to just think about jamming there or anything, so yeah, standard defend.
6, 7, Queen. Rainbow.
Probably going to see a check, a small bet and a call, I'd imagine. Terry's still railing someone, so his horse must be still be in somewhere.
And I still don't know what that signs is at all.
I think is it in?
I can't read
I don't
the
think it's
yellow
in
writing.
English, is it? It's got 2 U's in it somehow.
40,000 bet from Julian with ace 10. So
And I think he's going to
it's
call.
done C bet.
I think Josh is going to call with the backdoor straight draw as well with his 5s. Some cards can peel off that he can win the pot by bluffing. Jewel for the win, yeah, maybe.
Ah, nice one. I like
I'm
it.
quite impressed how he's playing so far.
Turn is the Jack of Diamonds.
And this is a brilliant card for Julian.
That's a lovely smile. Jesus Christ. So what heads up? Artenas. Is it the first time?
What?
The high roller and main event heads up.
Could be.
Need to go through the history books. Everybody says Tower, you should know everything, but I'm starting to forget things now. Obviously, the size of the Nile, from the size of the Amazon for a start. But Artenas Pavlov on the left-hand side is heads up after being heads up in the high roller this week on Thursday on the live stream. And Jamie Lee, who's friends with Bixie and Tim Chung and all those, but does play cash a lot.
Yeah. He's really close with Carl. I think the closest person,
Carl Shaw.
Yeah, they're really good
Sweet.
pals, them two.
Come on, then. Who's going to win it? Who's going to do it? We're going to watch the live stream. We have 2.2 mil for Atnas. With the blinds at 40,000, 20 and 40. So Atnas has got 50 bigs. And Jamie has got 122. Yeah, Adam Owen won the mini, but there wasn't obviously a high roller. He actually won. I think he's the only person to win the mini and the main in the same week. Adam Owen. That's the only time that's happened. But a high roller heads up and a main event heads up is a fantastic week. Did somebody actually said in the chat earlier they actually backed both of them? So that ain't bad. So somebody did back both Atanas and Jamie Lee. I don't know what price Jamie Lee was.
Probably pretty short, I'd say.
5,
Tower.
6s.
Was probably out of the top 3 chip stacks. I know he's 1 of 3, but was probably the best out of the top 3 chip stacks that were top 3 in chips. So it was probably fairly
there
short.
you go. Zachabello back to me was 6-1. There we go. Thank you very much. Tan Lee 5-1 was 6s because Zachabello got him at 6s, and he got Atanas at 14s, and he also had Stevie Watts who final tabled as well. Very nice indeed. Thanks for that. Well done, Zachabello. Is that the Dingle Dangle Donga?
Dingadonga, yeah.
The Dingadonga. Woo woo! The Dingadonga, ladies and gentlemen. The Dingadonga. I still love it. I still love it. The password is Hatter. 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 So flush draw for Atanas, 10-8 for Jamie.
So Atanas just going to continue here. Fires for 100k. And Jamie out the way. So pot going the way of Atanas. Get some momentum going after Jamie winning the first 2.
Yep. Any deals? No, none. I think the chip count's at 4.8 and 2.2 was hard to just do a deal. So there are no deals.
Ace King for Jamie now. Monster heads up. Makes it 80, and Atanas with the Jack 10. Not going to go anywhere here. Always going to be defending this one. Nine, 5, 3, all spade board. So not much here for Atanas, and Jamie does have the King of Spades working for the second nut flush draw and 2 overcards, so I could just see him come out firing here. But he's going to mix in a check here. Checks this one behind, knowing that he can call any size bet on the turn if Atanas does elect to lead. Atanas checking once more, and Jamie probably in a delayed c-bet now. Will draw 2 overcards, second nut flush draw. And there's the delay continue. For third, 55. Quick fold from Atanas.
Great final table. Took a while to get to it, but when we did, we lost. To be fair, we started with 8 on the FT. We had 3 bust outs in less than 30 seconds. We had a double bust out on the second table, and we lost Johan Schultz, who was crowned as 9th. 8th was Dooley. 7th was Stevie Watts. 6th was Laurent Bocci. Francis Oberdon entertained us yet again. Ryan Spittles was bust, and then Matt Davenport, which leaves us on 2. Good to see Ryan Spittles running well again. Running well again was Matt and Ryan. Really good, really enjoyed it.
And Jamie increasing his lead slightly to start this heads up. Won the first 4 out of 5 pots.
Yep.
makes it 80, and Atanas A6 suited. Going to come along for the ride. Could even 3-bet this one, but just going to choose the flat on this occasion.
King 9, 2 flop, 2 diamonds.
So Jamie flopping a top pair here with the King 8. With this particular combo, 8 of diamonds, I think one we can mix in a check some of the time. Obviously betting, never going to be a bad thing when we got top pair in a heads up situation. And he's just going to take the aggressive route and fire for 60k. And Atanas with ace high here. Expect him to call once tower. Ranges are really wide in heads up scenarios, so ace high can be the best hand here. Jamie going to be opening a whole host on the button, and 2 of spades on the turn, not changing a thing. King 8 still in front for Jamie. Atanas will have a lot more deuces in a heads up situation. Going to be peeling the big blind pretty wide just because we're going to be opening button very wide ourselves. And looks like a second street value coming in here with his top pair. Probably where we're going to lose Atanas from the pot, firing for 200k, but he is going to call once more with the a6 high hit.
He is.
Thinking that Jamie's probably going to start checking some 9x, so
does he get lucky?
Probably only thinking he's repping a king or better, and then we're ahead of most of the bluffs, as like Queen Jack, Queen 10, Jack 10, these type of holdings. Wow, now Atanas going to choose to lead river. This is a really strange line tower. With the a6 high, I thought he was bluff catching, but now maybe he took this exact line to lead river, and Jamie's just got a clear call here, thinking about a thin value raise perhaps, maybe thinking Atanas might elect to choose his size with a 9 160 into 680. But Jamie not going to choose the thin value raise here, and Atanas going to show the ace high, and Jamie going to be good with the King 8. And look at this already, 3-1 chip lead for Jamie. He's won 5 out of the first 6 hands, heads up.
Dominance. We can't do anything about the live symbol on Facebook. It's an algorithm within Facebook that we can't change, Mikey. Sorry about that. If you want to tune in, you can use YouTube or Twitch for viewing without the live sticker that's on Facebook. Nothing we can do about it, unfortunately. We have asked, and they say there's nothing you can do about it. Apologies for that, because it does cover up one of the hands.
He rang up Mark Zuckerberg himself. He went, "You're right,
Mark, can I just have a word, please? Just have a word." But YouTube or Twitch for more for the pictures, exactly the same pictures. If you want to get involved on either of those platforms, just find GUKPT and you'll go straight to it.
And there's a fold on the bottom from Atanas, so 6 or 7 now for Jamie. So 10-9 will be continuing. Either or here. I think completing's fine, I think raising's fine. Doesn't seem like either player are opting for a limp strategy on the button. Queen Jack 7 rainbow board.
King 8, 10, 9. So Jamie checks the flop.
Yeah, didn't choose to bet his up and down, but now I think we have to bet tower. Once checked 2 twice here, but he is going to check again with his 10 height. I'm going to get there on the river anyway, so going to make the best of it, and probably wants the value bet now. If Atanas does choose to check, I think should be value betting the 10 here. I think Atanas is going to start leading some queens on the turn, and Jack X probably want to value bet this river himself, but Atanas the player. that's going to lead here now. And it should be a quick call from Jamie. And Jamie wins another one with the 10-9.
It's a bit dominant.
7 of 8
Yep.
pots going Jamie Lee's way to start heads up. Nothing Atanas can do is if you don't make hands and your opponent is making hands, you're just going to lose chips. It's as simple as that. I don't think we can, Mickey. If you watch all most of the live streams around the world, the hole cards are always on the left-hand side, and they all are use the same software. The same software is used throughout every stream. Obviously, it can be altered via graphics and whatnot, like the colours, the pictures of the players. But I think it's just all set in the system. I don't think it can be moved. Have to get whole new software. So Jamie with 10s now. I'm going to 3-bet here after Atanas raises the Queen 5 of spades. That's 8 of 9 for Jamie Lee and this heads up tower.
Yep. How many in the seniors? 120 or something like that. It was mental. Final numbers for the seniors was 114. 114. And for the turbo, 108. Amazing numbers. Absolutely amazing.
I think it's different software, I think, Mickey. I think it's different software that they use for Triton. That's why the cards are at the bottom. And obviously the production team, that's going to be over 100 people.
Yeah.
We could put the cards at the bottom if we wanted to.
Atanas the 8-6, Jamie King 9. Instant check, Ace 3 Jack. King of Spades on the turn. Brings up a flush draw, doesn't it, for Atanas? It does.
Yeah, I don't expect Jamie to bet here now. Go for some value here with our second pair. Especially after Atanas just called in the big. But he's going to choose to check this one with the King 9. And to the river, which is the 8 of diamonds here. So if Jamie does get checked too, this is a clear value bet here. And Atanas has rivered a piece. Hard to make a pair, but every time he's got one, Jamie's got slightly better. We're not fussed about that, Mickey. People can watch on YouTube, they can watch on Twitch. Doesn't bother us. And Atanas does pay. And another hand going Jamie Lee's way. 10 hands played. Jamie has won 90% of them.
He's not doing bad at the minute.
Beta 1 on Twitch. If you tap the screen and the live button moves to the middle, then goes back. But if you do it again, it stays in the middle on Facebook.
Ah, okay.
That depends what phone or tablet you're on, though, I believe. This works with some.
Try it. Just get Tower to tweak the software codes. I'm on it. I'm on it.
So an ace on the button for Atanas. And looks like he's just completed. And Jamie with the Jack 9 of clubs here in the big blind. 30 big steep. Looks like he's going to bump this up.
So flop time, ace-6 for Atanas. Top pair for Jamie Lee.
Yeah, like he's running hot, to be fair, Tower. Like he's
Yeah.
flopping good hands in a heads-up situation, and he's got an opponent that's getting hands that they've got to call with. Like here, ace-6, 6 of spades. We have to call once in heads-up. Ace high still can be the best hand. We got position, and the 5 of clubs on the turn. So Jamie now turning flush draw to go with his Jack-9 of clubs. So just expect to see a second bet here from Jamie.
Yep.
And then it's a bit awkward for Atanas. We have picked up gut shot. I guess we are still beating
That's pot size.
fair amount of hands.
What's pot size? 325.
Oh, looks like he wants to call Tower.
Whoa!
Whoa, this is over.
Wait, this is it!
Jamie's got a snap, and he does snap, and Atanas has got 2 aces.
This is it!
He's got 2 aces to find Jamie Lee in unbelievable shape to take his first GUKPT title here in Luton. 2 outs to fade from Atanas. Sorry, not 2. He's got the 7 as well, so he's actually got 5 outs to fade here. Any ace, any 7, but it cannot be a club. So 5 outs to fade for the title. River card
Is a King of Diamonds! We have a champion!
So the winner, Jamie Lee, taking home £95,630. What you doing there, Tower?
I'm off! What happened there? I'm going.
One job he's got. One job. He has one job. Unbelievable. How many times?
I'm here. I'm off.
So what a great tournament, guys. That's finished a lot quicker than we expected. Well done to Atanas. Another second this week. £67,100 going his way. Jamie Lee, regular on the tours, plays a lot of the main events, and finally getting his bink for just shy of 6 figures. And we are now going to head over to Tower for the trophy presentation and the player interviews.
Directions by that man over there. Absolutely. Atanas Pavlos, second in the high roller, second in the main event.
To be fair, we did
Chopped
make
it exactly.
we made a deal for.
You chopped
for
it
the high roll.
exactly.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
We chopped it exactly.
Yeah, but and then we flipped for the trophy.
You did, but second in the main event.
Yes.
It's been
yeah.
a good week.
Thanks. Yeah. True. Indeed. Yeah. Yeah. I'm happy. Overall, I'm very happy. I'm happy with my game. There's been a few spots I could have played differently, but not too many actually. Overall, I'm quite happy with my game.
This morning to get to the final was a bit of a grind.
Yeah. Also, I've been short most of the time. I've been short. I've been averaging 15 or 20 blinds most of the time. So, to be honest, to get to this point, I should be more than happy because I didn't have chips for most of it. Even now, I started the heads up 2-1. He had the chip lead, so. And then, he's a decent player.
It was a good final to watch.
Thanks.
Sat there, I know when somebody's got all the chips, and you're all sat around there, and it's not easy.
Yeah.
But second in the eye roller, second in the main. I'm going to say we chopped the eye roller.
We
joint first.
Yeah.
We will have a joint first and a second. That's fantastic week.
It's been fantastic.
Fantastic week.
Thanks very much.
Atanas, you've entertained us.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Great week.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. And it's that way for the money. Jamie Lee. He said, "Can you keep it short?" That was a dominant performance.
I don't know. I think I played quite well today. Yeah.
That was we've thoroughly enjoyed watching it, and you like the silent assassin. You don't say much at the tables, and a lot of people don't really know who Jamie Lee is. So just quickly tell us a little bit about yourself. And do you play mainly cash or is it tournaments?
I mainly play cash games really. Like past couple of years, I've been playing a lot of cash games. Yeah. High stakes.
We play most of the GUKPTs when they come round.
Yeah, that's the only tour I really follow. Yeah. Obviously, I go on tour with my friends like Sim Chung and Big Xiao, and Carl Shaw. And
it's not a bad stable, is it? And we always see Bixie there, and you know it's
not quite as stable. It's just a group of friends in it.
yeah. Well, you all know the game because you've ended up with every single chip, which is a great performance. So we're going to get Frankie. You said keep it short, which we will. We're going to get Frankie to hand over the trophy. And ladies and gentlemen, can I have a big round of applause for the champion of the GUKP team, Mr. Jamie Lee.
Cheers,
You said keep it short, we kept it short. So Jay, it's back over to you.
1 second. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, the comms cam's gone. It's gone. We'll get it back. That's not a good image. We don't like that one. There we are. We are back, guys. That is that. We are done for Luton 2022. Jamie Lee taking the title. What a day. It's been fast. It's been furious. Francis may have something to do with that. He was just going all guns blazing, and we got to the FT fairly quickly. There was a couple of notable pots that we saw, but it's been a great watch. Ryan Spittle's back, good run from him as well. Matt Davenport, top of the National League, gets a third place in the main event, getting closer and closer to that main event title. You enjoyed it, Tower?
It's been great.
Good.
Really good. And it's a testament to everybody when 350 runners for a main event seems like a quiet week.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, what do we do now? The floor have been brilliant, really. Hats off to everybody who's run the floor, the dealers and everybody else. This guy as well. It's been brilliant. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. And just before I went on cams, he went, make it quick. Jamie's like, make it quick, will you? I said, yes, no problem, we'll make it quick. But as always, thanks to everybody out there as well. You guys, we've had a good 5 days. We've had a laugh in the cash stream. We've had the high roller champion, Antoine, and it's just been a great 4 days doing the main as well. It has been an absolute cracker. But next, you have to bring your flip-flops and your shorts and your kiss me quick hat and squeeze me slow and get some rock and all that malarkey because it's Blackpool.
Oh, I thought it was Marbella when you said that.
GUKPT Marbella. Absolutely brilliant. Thanks very much to all you guys. You entertain us. Hopefully we do the same for you. We'll be back in 3 weeks' time. Blackpool will start and then we'll do it all over again. But from Jay,
thanks, guys,
and the Tower, and the team. Ta-ta, everybody.
See you soon, guys.
Ta-ta.
Good night.